Hey y'all, welcome to Shell's Kitchen. We're gonna learn my Southern buttermilk cornbread. To do this, you're gonna need a seasoned cast iron skillet. The size just depends on how many people you need to make cornbread for. So we have your standard pot. We're gonna have 2 eggs, lard. Everybody needs to know how to cook with lard. It is not the healthy alternative, but it makes crap taste good. So we have our lard, our 2 eggs, buttermilk. Do not go by the out of date. If it stinks good like buttermilk, it is still good. So we've got our buttermilk, we've got our self-rising cornmeal, yellow or white, up to you, doesn't matter. Then we have our self-rising flour, and then baking soda. So we've got a bowl, our mixer, and we have our measuring cups. So get it all prepared, heat your oven to 425, and we'll get started. While your oven is preheating to 425, you want to take a heaping tablespoon of lard, put it in there, because you're going to put this in the oven and let it heat up while your oven is heating up. This will give you the crispy, awesome edges of cornbread that are my favorite. Alright, so we've got our lard in our cast iron pot, and it is in the oven at 425 heating up. So we're going to make the actual buttermilk cornbread. You're going to bust 2 eggs. You can get by with 1 egg. I actually had one of my previous kids tell me that 2 eggs was too much. It made it taste like an egg. So, but I still use 2 eggs. But you can get by with just 1. So you got your 2 eggs, and you're going to whisk them up. And I was told before I started my little cooking thing here that I can't go by my little bit of this, little bit of that. So we're going to try to measure some stuff out. So you got your buttermilk shook up. Stinks good like buttermilk. We're going to start out with a cup. No, we're going to start out with 2 cups of buttermilk. So I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be about that much. Okay. Then we're going to go with 2 cups of cornmeal. And make a mess. I was told that sloppy cooks are the best cooks. So we're going to try to mix this up and get an idea of where we're at, because you need more meal than you need flour. Yep, I was right on the whole, at least 2 cups. Alright, so we're going to add another ½ cup. So we're at 2½ cups of buttermilk, because we still need to add our flour. I think general rule when it comes to your cornbread is you're going to use twice as much cornmeal as you did flour. So if you need to cut the recipe in half for a smaller cast iron pan, then that would just be the rules you would generally go by. Alright, so we're doing a cup of that after we did 2 cups of cornmeal. Let's see if we're right on these measurements. Alright, we're going to be a little too thick. So we're going to go with, it would have been 3 whole cups of buttermilk. So there's the other half. Let's see. I think that's going to do us. You want it kind of thick, but kind of thin. I was also told you can whip a crap out of your cornbread, but don't mess too much with your biscuits. So stir your cornbread all you want. Now, if you do not have self-rising flour or self-rising cornmeal, you'll want to add baking soda or baking powder, either one. They both do a good job. But we had self-rising both, so we're going to leave that alone and not add it. Alright, so you can see the consistency. It's kind of thick, but runny enough. Should hold up good in the oven. So when your oven beeps that it is preheated, when it comes out, your lard should be sizzling just a smidge. And we'll go from there. Alright, our timer went off on the oven. It is preheated. Our lard should be good and hot, and it is. Now, the way to test it, put you a little bit on there, fling it. I don't know if you can hear that sizzle, but if you hear the sizzle, your lard is hot and ready. Oh, and this is a kitchen cheat that I love, my oven glove. I can grab my skillets, I can grab any of my pots and pans, I can grab firewood with this bad boy that's been on fire. You won't fill a thing unless you get it wet, and then try to use it and you'll burn the snot out of yourself. But anyway, so we're going to put your cornbread mix in your hot cast iron. As you can see, if you can't hear it, you can probably see it. We've got sizzle. We've got sizzle all the way around. And that's what's going to give you that beautiful golden, crunchy, brown crust. So we're going to put this in the oven. Again, it's still 425. Should take 15, 20 minutes, 25 tops. You're just going to have to keep an eye on it. Alright, our timer has went off. And we have beautiful, lightly browned buttermilk cornbread. So let's cut into this baby and see our hard work. She is done in the middle. We have our thick, crunchy Southern buttermilk cornbread with homemade butter, which will be in another episode. Thanks for cooking with me. Mama Shell appreciates it.